What it do? See what the camp sound like a lamp, big boss. K-Po top boxing, fucking my soliloquy. Remember tough times don't last. Good people do the love yourself. Call me to find out maybe matter. Peak game, peak game. 84s on what? Swing. How y'all doing, man? Y'all didn't know we cussed out. You know what we talking about. That boxing. Before we get a main entree, the main dish, gotta introduce our second host, future Hall of Famer legend. Salute to all our soldiers for real. Vote in the hustle, aka Coach B. Let them know how you doing, brother.
Hey, what it is, family? Y'all heard what the time is. We clutched up, we clutched out. Y'all know what we finna talk about. That boxing, for sure. Let's get straight to it. If God woke you up, He put breath in your body, everything else is extra. Get up, do you, be you, and take care of the fam. With all that being said, I'm gonna pass it back to K-Po. Let's continue the show and go ahead and let them know how we flow.
Ryan Garcia is now the WBC champion, 147 pounds. He dominates. Mario Barrios knocks him down in the first round, the first 20 some seconds of the fight. Coach, what did you see in Ryan Garcia? Did you think he was going to be Mario Barrios? You think it was going to be this easy? Or you thought it was going to be a little work, a little competition? And what do you see as the next opponent for Ryan Garcia? Let me know something.
I'll be honest, man. Uh, when it came down to this fight, I said what I had to say about this one. I'm not a believer in Mario Barrios. I've never really been a believer in Mario Barrios because it's sad to say that the best I've ever seen Mario Barrios look was in the fight against Tank, and you ended up getting knocked out in that fight. And it's not a knock on him, but at the same time, I've seen Mario Barrios plenty of times in championship fights, and I've only seen him look good in one fight, and that was against Tank, and you got knocked out. So with all that being said, when it boils down to it, I think this should be the last opportunity Mario Barrios has to fight on the big stage because he's a gatekeeper, in my opinion. He has one gear. He doesn't know how to move his head. He doesn't use his jab, and he throws ill-advised punches. He doesn't throw with timing. He doesn't throw with conviction. He doesn't throw with dedication, and he doesn't have that switch. He doesn't have that dog mentality. You got to have something, and he don't have none of that. And like I say, it bothers me to have to say this about a professional boxer because when you make it to that level, nobody is sorry, honestly. It just all depends on how much you can level yourself up to beat your opponent when you get in that ring on that any given night. But at the same time, when it comes down to Mario Barrios, I've just never seen it. I've just never seen it. And it sucks because you can see all the potential, but I don't know if the training's not there, his mental's not right. I don't know if he believes in himself when he gets in there, but at the same time, it is what it is. I see one gear, no dog, no true, A+ attribute, no true IQ, no true killer mentality, none of that. And I don't see that with Barrios at all. So when I talked about this fight, I said Ryan Garcia was going to win this fight. And I said he was going to win it convincingly because this was his opportunity to finally get what he been chasing, which was a belt, the real recognition of the boxing stage. He has recognition on a social media platform, but for Ryan Garcia, this was his real, true life opportunity to get some real recognition on the boxing stage and the boxing channels. Now he's finally made that little light splash in the avenue, and he's finally got he's paving his way towards that river, and that river gonna turn into that ocean, for Ryan Garcia. Hopefully, if he continues to do what he got to do. I know his last fight before this against Rolly was a little debacle, but I don't think he took that fight seriously, and Rolly took advantage of the moment. But at the same time, no knock on Rolly either. That was a good win for Rolly. But like I said, this was Ryan's first real chance to prove himself. And I said that about Shakur. I said that about Devin. And I wasn't wrong about those two either. But at the same time, he took this fight seriously. And he knew Barrios didn't have nothing for him. He was too fast, too strong, too smart. Defense, of course, not the best. I apologize for that. He knew his defense was good enough to deal with Barrios, and not only that, he just carried the swag, he carried the confidence. He knew Barrios didn't have nothing to offer back, and not only that, the coach that just left Ryan went to you and gave you absolutely nothing. So he was fueled by that. He had all the right to beat the brakes off of Barrios in the way he did. Honestly, when he knocked him down, I knew it wasn't going to turn into a knockout because it was just more of those. I call them by surprise punches. Those are punches that really get you, the ones you don't see coming. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, good win for Ryan Garcia. Some negatives I seen: jittery feet, real jittery, real jittery. I don't know what it was. It was like a hitch or a pause in his footwork, and sometimes it was kind of telegraphed. And but again, you're in there with Barrios. He wasn't taking advantage of it. You get in there with a Tank, he gonna spark you just like he got sparked against Tank. But at the same time, like I said, I don't like the jittery feet. And also, the next thing I didn't like from Ryan Garcia was the show of emotion when Barrios finally did, catch him or get him in one of those moments where he kind of roughed him up or whatever. The emotion, you got to lose the emotion because just like me and Capo say over here on Clutch Factory, showing emotion is showing signs of that your opposition is getting to you. I don't like that. Keep it clean, keep it poker face. Do what you got to do. If he hit you and it hurt, you know what I'm saying, eat that, continue to move. But outside of that, again, good win for Ryan Barrios. I don't know to tell you, you're going to be a solid gatekeeper, but we shouldn't see him no more on the elite stage.
Um, I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked by Ryan Garcia winning the fight. Ron's not consistent. Like, and I'm not, no disrespect to Rolly, but he got destroyed by Rolly. Like, it wasn't even close. He didn't compete. Of course he blamed it on other things, but that's Rolly. And I feel like Ryan, has the skill set. I would say he's more talented than Rolly. But Rolly came with a great game plan and a good foundation, and he executed it to the T, and he's there to beat Ryan. So looking at Mar Barrios, I'm like, okay, Mar Barrios is not a special fighter. He's not a a guy that wows you. He's just like Coach B said, he's pretty basic. But at the same time, you don't know what to expect from Ryan. So this particular fight, I didn't expect Ryan to dominate Mar Barrios like this. I'm not gonna lie to you, because Ryan is that guy that has all the talent and has all the tools, but he don't utilize them at all the time, right? So this guy that we saw yesterday was, I would say, a better Ryan than I've seen in a while. You know what I mean? Since the Devin Haney fight. Yeah, we still talking about the Devin Haney fight right here. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all wanna remember that, but we still talking about the Devin Haney fight, right? Uh, so uh, yes, he had jittery feet, but I felt like his speed. He was calm, but his speed was bothering Barrios. Barrios was throwing a lot of singles, and it was pissing me off because I'm like, dude, like triple up on the jab. You don't gotta hit him each time with the jab, but if you putting three jabs in his face, one of them gonna connect, and then you build off of that. You know what I mean? Because one way to counter the speed is timing. You get his timing down, you start throwing triple jabs, throwing, you know, double up on your two, or double up on the hooks. Like, but it was just like he was throwing singles and he was just following Ryan. And I was just like, this dude not doing nothing spectacular. You know what I mean? So that's what's frustrating me about Mark Barrios. Ryan was Ryan. He was jabbing. He looked calm, composed. He was letting combinations off, and he was going around the guard of Barrios. I mean, he was just picking his poison, right? Um, I just think Barrios didn't expect Ryan to be that fast, and that's what I saw from just watching it. I think he was just so concerned about that speed. He was concerned about that speed, and he just like, this dude fast. But I'm like, dude, dang all that. If I was his coach, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like he had the wrong coach. Because if I was his coach, I'm not gonna lie, I'm in Mario Barrios' grill. Bro, what the f you doing? If you want to lay down, let me know right now, and I'll go to the ref and tell him we done.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to lay down, let me know right now. So I go see effort from Barrios. And I felt like I thought he put in effort. I thought he put in effort. I thought he quit. That's just me. I thought he quit. It's a couple of people that commented like, "Oh, Barrios threw the fight so Ryan could get a belt." I don't believe that. I just think he was concerned about Ryan's speed. I think once he got knocked down, it was like, whoa. But I'm like, I would have told him, you've been down before. Tank knocked you down. You've been down before, bro. This is nothing new. A lot of the greats have been knocked down. Andre Ward got knocked down. He got up, came back, beat Kovalev. Like it happens. You being battle tested and having that many fights that you fought, right? You should be able to understand that. But I just think he got with the wrong coach for this fight. Joe Goosen is kind of like he's like a Joel Osteen of boxing, right? And what do I mean? He want to make you feel good. Pause. He wants you to be like, yeah, yeah, everything's okay. No, Mark Bros need a coach that's gonna be in his grill. That's gonna light a fire in front of him. And I just think that his mindset, his preparation, everything for this fight wasn't in the right place. Right? He looked in shape. But I'm just talking about I don't feel like he had the right people in his corner to get him prepared for a round. So I felt like his preparation failed him in this fight. And I felt like his mindset and his approach to the fight was wrong. Yeah, he got back up and he finished the fight. He went 12 rounds. That's cool. But at the end of the day, I feel like he went in there and laid down. That's just my perspective. But shout out to Ryan Garcia. Coach, where do you see some potential matchups for Ryan Garcia? You know, a lot of people call him out Connor being, he's an option. Um, uh, you got Shakur. He called out Shakur after the fight, which I don't like that fight. But and then he called out Devin Haney. So what are your what fights should Ryan Garcia fight next? So,
Honestly, I like those names. Well, mine is kind of being, kind of being. I feel like that fight would be a wild. Just that'll be a crash out fight. I can just see two guys getting in there, throwing the whole kitchen sink at each other, and it kind of going nowhere, and the judges have to make a tough decision. So that'll be my least favorite fight between Ryan and Conor Ben. Next fight I would like to see is most definitely the Devin Haney fight again. I want to see. This is a testament to Devin Haney. Honestly, I want to see if you actually evolved. I want to see if you actually matured. I want to see if you actually went back in the lab and reinvented yourself. I want to see if you got the true mental maturity, and the true cojones of a dog to get back in there with a guy who almost, basically single handedly, literally with the left hook ended your career. If it wouldn't have been for the little slip up or whatever the case may be with the testing or whatever was in Riot's system, we'll be looking at a different version of Bill, well, the Haney's. We'll be looking at a different version of the Haney's, period, if that was a true loss on Devin's record. But again, like I say, this is more of a testament to Devin. I feel like Ryan knows he's convinced, he knows, he's confident against Devin Haney. He feels like he's not going to lose to Devin Haney. So again, just that those two, that concoction of fire right there alone just says, hey, let's get this Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fight. And of course, Devin Haney just came off a big win with that, with that surprising knockdown of Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, including me, thought that fight would go a little different. But again, skills pay the bills, and Devin Haney had more skill than Brian Norman. He got the bill paid. But again, I like this matchup, this rematch between Garcia and Haney would be very intriguing to me to see who's really learning, who's really evolving, who's actually the better fighter, who has the better corner, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to the Shakur and Ryan fight, I feel like that's a match made in heaven for Shakur. You get what I'm saying? That's another one of those fights where he can sit back, not really have to do too much, be himself, and coast to another 12-round victory. Ryan's gonna get over anxious. He's gonna be jittery. He's going to be, actually surprised, just like T.O. was, at how fast Shakur can be or is. He's going to be surprised at the distance that he's able to maintain between the two. So I think that's just a match made in heaven for Shakur Stevenson. So I can do without that one, but if I get it, I definitely watch it to see, what kind of wrinkles Ryan can put in his game, his fight plan, excuse me, to kind of see if he can get Shakur Stevenson even off his rocker in the fight because he's not beating Shakur Stevenson. I'm sorry, but like I said, kind of being if we get it, we get it. But the Devin Haney Ryan Garcia matchup, I'm pushing for that as a fan. And the Shakur Stevenson, if they give it to us, then we'll take it. It's a good matchup between two young talented fighters. So it is what it is.
Yeah, kind of being don't need to be an option. Him with that just for me, S curve he got on his head. I don't want to see him in the ring. I don't understand, you know, why that's even on the table. What is kind of being done? You know what I mean? He fought a wager in Chris Eubank. And the only reason that fight happened is because based off the backs of their dads. These two dudes weren't even in the same weight class. So, um, kind of, I ain't gonna lie, Kurt. Kind of being with that perm is bothering me because he got the perm and then it's blonde and then he got a comb backwards. It bothers because you black, brother. Like, what you doing? This ain't the 40s. They used to perm their hair in the 40s and comb their hair back. This man dyed his hair blonde and combed it backwards with a perm. I'm like, bro, what's going on with this brother, man? Then he trying to talk tough. Then he got the UK accent. Yeah, they black D whites. Bro, what's happening here, brother? Why did you walk out the house like that? Who told you that was okay? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, my bad. I got sidetracked. Um, so that's off the table. I do like Ryan versus Devin. I feel like that needs to be the fight next. Bigger fight, bigger ramifications. Ryan got a belt. Devin got a belt. Um, they both have 47, both coming off of dominant wins. Why not make that fight next? Devin was talking about ship has sailed on the Ryan fight, but I guess now I just saw somewhere he's talking about now he want to fight Ryan. I guess because so many people have made videos talking about why wouldn't you want to fight Ryan? Like I'm not understanding, and I got to go on the low rant a little bit. Like why would you say the ship has sailed on that fight when that man embarrassed you in front of the whole world? You forgot that, right? Yo, he made your mama famous, right? So, and then he tested positive for Oscar. So if I'm in Devin Haney camp, I'm telling him, hey, bro, kill all that noise. You got to get this back in blood. You got to go fight Ryan. That should be the fight next. Forget going to try to get Xander Zayas. Forget Keyshawn Davis. They can wait. This fight right here between you and Ryan has to happen next. And I'm telling Ryan the same thing. Ryan, they took your win from you, bro. They took your win from you. Forget Shakur Stevenson. He can wait.
Mm-hmm.
You need to. Devin Haney is the fight next. That's the fight that needs to happen next. Not Shakur Stevenson. I'm sorry. Shakur Stevenson gonna box circles around Ryan Garcia. That's what it is. Right? Ryan Garcia ain't got the feet work or the IQ to beat a Shakur Stevenson. That's what it boils down to. Shakur is gonna sit on that back foot and let Ryan come get you. And this is the thing that pisses me off about fighters when they fight Shakur. They go get him. He's elite off the back foot. Make him come get you. Make him come forward. In my opinion, coach, the dude is not as elite moving forward than fighting backwards. That's
Mm-hmm.
just my opinion. Okay, he's phenomenal fighting off that back foot. Like it's like poetry. But when you see him fight on that front foot, different story. He's an average fighter.
And I
So
agree.
so I think Ryan. Look, I know the popular thing now is everybody want to fight Shakur. That's cool, but Devin is the fight. You got anything else, coach?
Nah, that's it on me. You can go ahead and close this out, man.
Hey man, like I tell you, man, we clutched up, we clutched out. You know, we talk about that boxing. We inhale like swim over without the chin here. No, I'm just playing. uh, look, man, we appreciate y'all being on this journey with us, man. This is just the beginning. Like I always tell y'all, we continue to grow the channel. Y'all continue to help us. You know, y'all family. So if you got any anything that's gonna help us get better, continue to rock with us, man. Continue to help us. We all about getting better. We're not big headed individuals. We grown men. We can accept criticism if it's coming from a good place. If it's coming from a bad place, be prepared to get whatever comes with it. Uh, But like I said, we trying to grow the channel. Um, Continue to support us. You know what I mean? We really trying to do different things with the channel. So I know I told y'all in the new year y'all gonna see something different. Y'all haven't seen nothing different yet, but it's coming. Trust me. Just believe it's coming. Um, we trying to grow the channel and get it to 1,000 followers. So, you know, tell everybody, man. Tell everybody to come watch the channel. I know there's a lot of people. Coach B didn't mention that people tell him they watch the channel, but they not subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. We trying to grow the channel. We trying to turn this into an empire. We trying to turn this into a pillar in the boxing community because we really care about boxing and we really trying to do things in the right manner. Y'all gonna start seeing this at a fight. Um, John Torres, he has a fight coming up by the way. You know what I'm saying? Me and Coach B gonna be there. I might try to get an interview with John Torres, but it's gonna be in March. And like I said, me and Coach B will be in the building of that fight. We're gonna try to go to many other fights. Um, Around the Houston area, and if we got time, we'll try to go outside of Houston. You know what I mean? Because we really want to try to make our stamp. We want Clutch Factory to be an empire in boxing. That's our goal, right? So y'all continue to help us grow. Uh, like I said, y'all will forever be family. Y'all will forever be a part of this empire we trying to build. But like I tell y'all, man, we could say, you know what you're talking about. Boss, coach, we out here.
Salute.